Hey, thanks for checking in for another video. And this topic is pretty timely considering the sell-off that we're seeing in the markets right now. At NetPicks, we actually encourage every single trader that comes through as a customer to have a daily profit target, or even just a set number of trades that they're going to take on any given day. And we call that the power of quitting. So there are going to be days, obviously, you're going to end up leaving a lot of money on the table. But there's going to be other days that it's really going to save yourself losses and frustrations. Now, let's be honest, you're not going to be able to take everything that's there when the markets are running really well. But if you know when to push a trade, you will probably see some of your good days turn into really great days. Now, there are days, like recently, where you're going to have to weigh the risk of taking another trade and the chance of losing what you did gain that day. Our instincts in general are just to keep on going. But I think over time, when you're in the markets for a while, you're going to realize that instinct is not helpful at all. So if you don't have a built-in trigger, a shutoff valve in your plan, we've actually broken down the answer to whether you should stop trading for the day or not into 4 simple variables. First one, have the market conditions turned suboptimal? Are you starting to switch off mentally? Are your emotions starting to creep into your decision making? And are you feeling the I should have stopped trading syndrome setting in? Okay, so we're going to take a look at each of these issues. Markets turning suboptimal. Now, this is probably the most obvious issue when it comes to pushing yourself when you attempt to have a big trading day. Right? Sometimes there's going to be some good movement early on due to economic reports, for example. And sometimes there'll be market-moving speakers, right? News releases, which temporarily elevate the level of volatility. But when that smoke does clear and the markets just begin to crawl, if you're still trading like it's moving well, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble pretty quickly. What about switching off mentally? And there's actually 2 parts to this. It's where you've actually switched off your mind after you hit a pretty decent target. Okay, you're no longer monitoring the markets with the same levels of attention. Okay, your mood's a little bit too relaxed. So trading from this point on is potentially devastating if you're not careful, because you could really turn what you had a good day into a big down day if you're not careful. And second, you've already exerted a lot in terms of effort and emotion, especially if you're day trading, right? So the same applies as with the first thing we just talked about, although you're far less likely to want to continue to trade, right? Because you're mentally tired. And if you're not sharp or you're not able to concentrate, your odds of trading effectively, they just decrease pretty quickly. What about being emotionally opposed to trading? So let's say you had a bad run this week, or maybe it's Friday, and you're just looking forward to the weekend. Okay, you made a decent profit. You want to bank it. Well, if you're on a bad run, turning it around is something that needs foundations to build upon, okay? And regaining a level of consistency is the most important factor. Now, one good day in these circumstances is good, okay? But it's more important to get a roll of positive days. So let's think of it being Friday. Well, I know when I lost a profit, right? The weekend has not been a great time. So it can be difficult to stomach that as well when you're giving up a profit like that. So you'll want to trade. But when you're at that point and you want to stop, okay, your emotions are heightened. Your trades are less likely to be objective. And every time the market goes against you, becomes just like a drama emotionally for you. The I should have stopped syndrome. Okay, now when you've wanted to, or you felt like it might be a good idea to stop trading, but you just kept on going, lost it all, it's pretty easy to beat yourself up about it. Okay, there's really no bias to this feeling. And what I mean by that is whether or not you did the right thing and traded in the right way, okay, because you felt unsure about continuing to trade, your mind will tell you, hey, you're a bad trader. You didn't follow your rules, right? That's one of the common thoughts. So I was too greedy. I'm stupid to carry on. And to break out of this train of thought, which we all had at one point in our trading career, it's beneficial. Go back to your trading journal. That's if you keep one, which you should. And go back to that when you're less stressed about it and when you're less tired, okay? It may be that your trading was poor, but even good trading that resulted in losses can actually feel pretty bad in these circumstances. Okay, so taking all that during your trading day, should you keep on trading? Well, it should be apparent, okay, that the problems are numerous when you're pushing for a big trading day. But if you become skilled at identifying when to push, it can really make a big difference to your bottom line. Okay, so to decide on whether to continue to trade and push is justifiable, you have to consider what we just talked about. Work out if the conditions are ripe. You must not only have a firm handle on the way you monitor markets and how they are trading, but you also have to ensure that you're aware of what the best conditions are for your particular trading strategy. And it could be your trading system just doesn't perform well on a day when price is moving really fast, right? When it's strongly trending. Or maybe that kind of market is really great for your strategy. It all depends. Okay, you also have to be able to objectively determine what your mental and your emotional states are throughout your trading day. In particular, determine what they are at that point where you make the decision to trade or not to trade. Now, lastly, you got to decide how you will trade if you do. Okay, will you cut your position sizing in half? Will you stop if you lose half your profits? Will you trade all the same setups as before? Okay, all those things, those have the potential to help protect you from the I should have stopped trading syndrome. Okay, whatever you decide is going to work for you, just do it. But you have to learn what that is first. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe to our channel here. Any questions or comments, pop them below. As always, I'll get back to you. And thanks for watching.